Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be reviewing season 3 of the Squid Game, and just to let you know, my people, there will be spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it now before you come back and let's discuss this madness, okay? So as you know, at the end of season 1, he gets into he goes back. He has a new hair. Everything is looking cordial, and I'm expecting bigger things, right? So then he organizes team to be able to track down the front man. So he teams up with the front man's brother, who survived, as we found out from season 2. And so this is just a quick recap, by the way, guys, for those of you who haven't watched. So he's trying to figure out how to find the guy. He's trying to figure out how to integrate the game, and basically his plan is to find the people that organize the game and then end it. But his plan to just get to the front guy and kill him somehow goes south, because he places Russian roulette with the recruiter, and then the recruiter ends up dead. So then he has to change plan and end up having to go back into the game. And then the frontman's brother is left on the outside trying to figure out where the island was. That's where we basically left off, like the first few episodes. In season 2, we find out a lot about the background of the people that are actually, like, the people that actually work for the games. So number 11 is from North Korea, and apparently she has left her daughter behind. Her husband was executed, and she's recruited this guy to try and find her daughter, but she's working in an amusement park. I'm reminding you of that because you need to remember that for what's about to come, guys, okay? So out of despair, she decides to accept the invitation to go into the game, and she's in the belief that these are just trash people that are playing in the game, and that, you know, they don't deserve to live, because she's been sold the idea that their life don't matter. And that's how you can rationalize the fact that a lot of these people that work for the game, they do it because they've been taught to think that these people's life that they are taking do not matter, and they're just trash. So we found that at the end of season 2 that player number 1 was not to be trusted once again, after they tried to take over from the operation to try and kill all of the employees, but that didn't work, obviously. So after they get back from this attack, there was player 388 who was supposed to go back to get more guns to be able to fight, and then when he got back, he just froze. So now when player 456 was returned back into the game, he looked at him. It was like, oh, it's your fault. He kept on staring at him in disbelief, like, why did you survive? And then the guy's looking at him like, why are you looking at me this way? So they start to have this discord, and then eventually the next game was hide and seek. It was very crazy, but in hide and seek, 456 killed 388. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, because I didn't expect him to be a kid. I expected him to go through, but just by luck. Before we even continue, guys, let's talk about this hide and seek game, yeah? So basically, there was members of the blue team and members of the red teams. So the members of the blue team were given keys, but then the keys didn't open every door. So the key was triangle, square, and circle. So it has to have the whole 3 of them. And then the members of the red team had given knives. A knife that they were supposed to use to eliminate at least one player from the opposing team. They were given options to swap between one another at the beginning of the game, before the games begin. And then number 222 swapped with number 333, because number 222 was pregnant with the baby, and then number 333 was the father, so he was trying to save his child. Okay, so, and guess what happened, guys? The mother and the son were not on the same team. I know, my God. And then the mother was like, no, swap with me. The son is like, no, I don't want to swap with you. Oh, no, we can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, no, my son, go and be strong. So she went in her little trio. So number 120, 222, and the number of the mother I've forgotten. They were working together. And the lady 222, her water broke. So she had to give birth. And number 120, oh my god, like her death was the saddest moment ever because she was the one fighting to protect the mom and the baby. And it was even more sad during this whole season, the fact that we keep getting highlighted, the fact that selfishness will save you, honestly, because if number 120, because when she discovered the exit, right, she decided to go back to get her friends, and it's in the way to go and get her friends that she got killed by number 333, which was the father of the baby. Had she just gone through that door, she would have survived. But she chose to be loyal to her friends. And again and again and again during this whole games, you get to find out that when you're loyal, you get punished. And I don't understand what the writer's trying to tell us, because if that's the truth, then gosh, it is a grim world out there. And then we get some VIPs at the end of the game as well that are so excited. I found that part very, I don't know, very uncomfortable to watch. Like, the girl was like, oh, thank God I took hunting. Whatever. At the end of hide and seek, number 120 was eliminated. Her passing was the saddest one of all, like, to be honest, because she fought so hard to protect her friend, and it's because of her loyalty that she passed away. And then also player number 7 was stabbed by his mom because he wasn't listening to her. She told him to kill her so that he can pass, but he refused because he doesn't listen. And there was also another bittersweet moment to this, is the fact that his mother was fighting so hard to protect a stranger's children, and that was one of the things that was highlighted by one of the VIP. Like, why is this woman fighting so hard to protect someone else's child at the detriment of your own? And she eventually topped herself up because she couldn't make it to the next game. Miss Sharman, Mr. I am speaking to the god but can't talk to the god of money, sacrificed a lot of people's life only to realize that she wasn't as smart as she thought she was. Number 100, when she opened the door to the exit, pushed her and let her get killed by someone else. I was like, yeah, okay, you actually got that coming, because she was there fooling this group of people that was listening to her, and at the first chance she got, bam, she gave them up. And that's just a reminder, like, sometimes you be following these people when these times you're actually just their shield. And number 222 gave birth, so everybody was thinking, so what are they going to do about the child? So the next game is a jump the rope, so they just have to jump and get to the other side. So number 456 says to 222, give me the baby, I'm going to go across with the baby, and then I'm going to come and get you. But then there's a plot twist, because the baby now counts as a participant, although it didn't sign up for the game, yeah, but it counts as a participant. So she says, okay, cool, takes the baby, give him the baby, and then say, please look after my baby, please make sure my baby makes it out of here alive. So he's like, yeah, blessed, because also the mom told him the night before that, please, before she topped herself, she said, please, I want you to look after the baby, he's innocent in all of this, we all chose to be here, but this child didn't, like, he's the only innocent person in here, save him. So that's why she was saving him at the detriment of her own son, because her son was not guilty. Her son brought himself into this. After 456 crosses, player number 96 cross, and then as soon as he gets to the other side, he starts to push any other play that comes across, and he turns around and then he says to 456 says to him, what the heck are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to eliminate the competition. Do you not realize that if we push all of them off, then there's only going to be 3 of us left, and that will be it? And he's like, what if I push you from the back now? Then I won't have to share the money, and then I continue to just push them. So then that's the only time when he gets out of the way to let the other people go across the bridge. So number 333 says to number 222, come, I'm gonna help you go across. So she's like, leave me alone, you killed the only person, the 120, that was helping me in here, and now you're trying to help me. I don't trust you, you go ahead. As 456 is turning to 222, I'm gonna come back and get you. I'm gonna come back and get you. She's like, no, you stay there and you look after the child, because if you try and come back, none of us are going to make it. And then who's going to look after the child? Bear in mind, number 333 is there, and he's the father of the child. We'll come back to this guy in the end. So the front man and the VIP guest decided to turn number 200, the baby, into number 222, given that she's gonna have to resume a certain position, and they thought, oh, why not make it more exciting and make the baby a member as well? So that's why only 9 members survive. So they say to them that in the final game, it can be up to 6 people that will survive, and then the majority that votes to stay, they would then spill the winnings between the 6 of them. So the majority votes to stay. The baby doesn't vote because it doesn't count, because it doesn't have the capacity to make a vote. So number 333 decides to team up with 196 and the other guys, so that they will eliminate the baby, 456, and this other junkie. So that's how they decide. But then the definition of deadbeat, that there you have it right there. After the fancy dinner, which they were offered as like sort of like a last supper, number 456 gets offered the opportunity, like he gets given a knife so that he can be able to terminate all of his competition. He refuses to accept the knife, and you could see there's he accepts the knife and he goes to like do it, and then like the trauma, all of the thinking starts, and we start to see that basically the creator of the game had been offered, so the frontman had been offered this opportunity by the creator of the game, and that's how he was able to win his season and eventually become in charge of the game. But no, 456 decided to remain humane till the end. He thought a good fight. So when they got to the final game, they got rid of the junket first. They were trying to get rid of the baby, but number 333 decided finally that his paternal instinct was going to kick in, and so he decided that he was going to help 456, only for us to find out at the last minute that his plan was to get him himself and the baby and then just sacrifice the baby. But 456 said no. He thought number 333 till the end and eventually sacrificed himself for the child. Guys, that was sad. Now, for my take on this whole shenanigan. Oh my days, guys. I was frustrated. I am frustrated. I am angry. I am disappointed. First of all, I'm frustrated because 456 fought so hard for other people's children. And I'm just thinking about the fact that he actually has a daughter. How are you going to help generations? How are you going to solve the problem if you're no longer there? You have to live to fight the fight. And you could see it towards the end how the frontman went to the US and gave the money to his daughter, and his daughter was like, oh, I've considered that I don't have a dad. How sad is that you had to go and sacrifice yourself for other people's children? And I do understand that the child was completely innocent in the game, but it could have ended differently. He could have pressed the button when he was fighting with number 333, pressed the button, and then him and the baby made it out alive. He didn't have to sacrifice himself, and I do understand it's very noble and all is well, but at the end of the day, how is he going to? Because I do see, because the child eventually went back to the frontman's brother, and his daughter got 456 daughter got the money, but to me, I repeat, they could have ended this differently, because how is he going to help when he's gone? Nobody is going to teach that child how to do better, how to be different, how to avoid these people. And I do like the idea of the other guy that was saying about becoming a loan shark, because it's the loan shark's money that made these guys so rich, that allowed them to be able to create these games and feel like they need to sacrifice of the people for entertainment. And you could see even towards the end, he couldn't even finish his speech about the fact that, oh, we're not horses, we are human, and we are, even the word free wasn't free to come out. And I could see that towards the end, there's like a spin off to the fact that there might be an American version of the Squid Game coming up soon and whatnot. But I'm not really here for it. If you're gonna ride us, bring us our expectations so high, only to disappoint us at the last minute, keep your Squid Games to yourself. Yeah? Keep it to yourselves. I'm not here for it.